Hold on, I'll mute everyone. And goodbye, everyone. Oh, I can't mute everyone. Avery, you're gonna have to mute everyone. Sorry. At the bottom, if you click participants, and then you can click it, and then you can say mute all, and then Jill can just unmute herself whenever she's talking. Okay, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get started. Thanks for hopping on. I'm super, super excited about tonight. We have our Sapphire Upline Jill, also one of my BFFs, PFFs. She is actually the one that got me started with Plexus. She taught literally across from the hall from me, and I watched her day in and day out for about 9 months before I finally asked her what Plexus was about. Actually, it's more like I walked into her room. I was like, look, I need to lose this butt. So what the heck are you doing? And then I was basically all in from then on. So she's going to share with you some of her tips. She's obviously been very successful in this business. So she's going to give us some awesome advice. So make sure and get your notebooks out, take some notes, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you, Jill.
Awesome. All right, guys, so one thing I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I value time above and beyond. I promise we'll get off the call in about 20 minutes or so. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet and real simple. I wrote down just about 2 things tonight that I feel that have been really valuable to myself and helped me grow in this business and continue to have growth every month. I can honestly say that in Plexus, with growing in points-wise and team-wise, I have every month continued to grow in points and grow in team members. Now, it may not have been hundreds and hundreds, but there was always growth there. And I think that it had a lot to do with these 2 kind of bullet points I'm going to talk about tonight. So I know life happens. And I'm going to go ahead and put that disclaimer out there. I know people have kids. I know kids get sick. I know husbands get moody and they want more attention. I can say that because mine's sitting right over here, and we went through that with Plexus. And I know jobs take up time. I know family comes first. I know all of this, guys. I know that. That is something that I'm not saying give up all of those things and forget life and do Plexus. That's not what I'm saying when I talk about these points tonight. So I wanted to make sure that you really understood that. I'm not saying, well, Jill said the only way you can get to the top is you never talk to your husband again. That's not what I'm saying. But tonight I really want to really embrace and talk about commitment and excuses and how important they are in your business. Because we all get wrapped up in life. We do, guys. There's so much that happens. In the past 2 years of Plexus, my family's gone through divorce, bad health, financial burdens, babies, miscarriages, all kinds of things like that. I mean, it's been a lot on my family. Life happens, but you are the one that decides if you're in or out, if you're committed in this. And commitment doesn't mean you are going to be sucked in tight as a Plexus ambassador every day, all day from 8 to 5. That's not commitment in Plexus. Commitment is you saying, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And even if it's the snippetest, littlest thing that you could do in a day, that you're still going to do it, no matter that life happens. And I always relate it back to, guys, the devil, it's true. The devil comes in to kill, steal, and destroy, and he's going to knock you off that rock any chance that he gets and say, aha, I defeated you, and I deflated you. Plexus has a lot to do with mindset in his business. If you, at any given point, ride the emotional roller coaster of network marketing and say, I've got somebody, I'm so excited. Oh my God, they quit. They didn't join me. Oh my gosh, my BB is 500. Oh, they don't like the products and they went through that. And it's up and down. I promise you, you're going to get tired. You're going to get so tired. Don't go to the ups and the downs. Stay neutral. Find a commitment pace that works for you. A commitment pace that worked for me was to go through each day, every day as a teacher, be teacher Jill, go home, do wife Jill stuff, do Jill stuff, and then no matter what, before my head hit the pillow, I had certain things I was going to do every day for this business. And it didn't matter if it was at 8 p.m. or at 10 p.m. or some nights I decided to extend my bedtime and do that a little bit later. I was still going to get it done, no matter if I decided to go and, whatever I was doing for the day. Now, there are times that you've got to have a little bit of extra oomph and commitment in this business. And I'm going to tell you, times like pushing for a rank, end of the month, closing out the deal with people, an incentive, a corporate special, that requires more commitment than your daily commitment with Plexus, because it's the urgency that we put behind it. So if all that you can do every single day is commit to posting on Facebook about Plexus, about your personal life, and following up with your team members, following up with your ambassadors, contacting a few new people, and I'm not going to give you a specific number. I'm not going to tell you. The number that worked for me was 3 every day. I'm not going to tell you that because that would be a lie. There are some days that I did 10, and there were some days I did 1. So it always averaged out. There were some days I did 15, and the next day I didn't contact anybody because I averaged it out. You've got to be the one to find that average for you, and you've got to be the one to find that commitment pace that I'm talking about tonight. And when life throws you rocks, because it will, you have to be the one to not let your excuses get in the way. There's so many excuses. And I'm not going to say not all of them are excuses. Some are legit life, but they're still excuses. I couldn't do that, y'all. My in-laws were in town. I couldn't post. I couldn't do that. Things take 5 minutes. I never got around to watching that team call. Well, guess what? All of them are recorded. You should be watching them. Even if you're doing bath and bedtime tonight and you're watching this call tomorrow, that's your commitment. You were able to get on the call the next day, and that's okay. That's the commitment you're working towards and what's worked for you. If all that you can do is make a post in your team page once a day, post on Facebook once a day, contact these many people a week, that is commitment. But I'm going to tell you what's not going to work. A sometimes business. So the other thing I'm going to talk to you about tonight is sometimes versus part-time. One thing I've never done through this journey is work this business sometimes. I've always treated it as part-time. So I just kind of want you to put that in your head. Part-time job is, okay, normal job is 8 hours a day. Part-time job is 4 hours a day. Well, with Plexus, y'all, me as a Sapphire ambassador, I still don't have to work this 4 hours a day. I do not. And I hope that you're not working at 4 hours a day. If you're working at 4 hours a day, I'm going to tell you to stop. There's great times to work at 4 hours a day, like a blitz day when you're sitting around with your team members and you're doing things like that. But on a normal day, you should not be sitting around working Plexus 4 hours a day. If you are, it's time to revamp and relook at your plan and contact your upline and ask for help and to see what you can do. Your business as a silver ambassador, as a gold ambassador, as a senior gold ambassador, guys, can be worked in 30 minutes a day. Sometimes 15 minutes a day, sometimes 30 minutes a day. Sometimes you might devote 40 minutes to that day. But I promise you, no matter the rank that you are, you can get this done in an hour a day when you are effectively working this business and you are effectively making that commitment that you chose to do. And your commitment may only be, like I said, X, Y, and Z. But you're the only one that can find that. So I'm going to tell you right now, here we are. It is almost the end of the month. We're at the 26th. If right now you're at the 26th and you are sitting at 65, 70, 75 points, 80 points, 85 points, there should be a fire up your butt. And you should be pushing for that next rank. Pushing. Right now, if you are at the end of the month and you have one ambassador under you, you should be pushing for silver by the end of the month. If you've got 400 PV right now, you should be pushing for 500. If you've got 700 PV, you should be pushing for 1,000. You should never coast through the end of the month. You should be able to log onto your back office today and know that everything you've done in this month was successful. And that, guess what? In network marketing, we push the last bit of the month. we do because we want to strive to reach those goals. We want to make bigger commitments. So I challenge you, once we get off the call tonight, I want you to go look at your points and I want you to go look at your PV. Like I said, your PV sitting at, your points are sitting at 65 or higher. And your PV is sitting around $100-ish to the next big mark. You should be making a game plan for this in the last week of the business to push hard and make the commitment. You're the only one that can. You're it. And I'm not saying you push like that every single day, because that's not network marketing. We don't have to work balls to the wall every single day, but we have to have a plan and put it into action and make it effective. There are things that we need to do. So taking that part-time versus sometimes. If you are somebody who is posting twice a week, coasting along, really not making contacts, you kind of do once a week, and then you want to know why you haven't made it to gold yet, I'm going to have you answer that question. I'm not going to have Rachel answer that question, not me answer that question, you answer that question. If you are somebody who has been in the business 4 months, let's say, and you've been working towards silver, but let's talk about your working towards silver. If all you've done is make a Facebook post 2 times a week, 3 times a week, and that's about it, I'm not going to have Rachel answer that question or myself answer that question. I'm going to have you answer that. What else could you do? So right now tonight, the homework that I would leave you with is to tell you or to ask you or challenge you, what are you doing right now? Or what are you not doing right now that you could be doing? Are you utilizing 3-way calls with your upline? Because I know Rachel raves about 3-way calls and 3-way messages, because I rave about them. She's in those messages and those calls with me, and she sees how effective they are when we get people on the phone. Are you not doing those? If you're not, I ask you and I challenge you tonight to commit to that. If you are not getting involved with sip and sees and local things and meeting up with your team, maybe you only have one person that lives by you. Maybe you're the only lone Plexus Ranger in your town. Maybe you need to meet new people, join some new groups. If you are not contacting people, if you are not even posting on Facebook on a regular daily basis, that's the first commitment you need to be making to yourself. If you have a team of ambassadors under you, and guys, they're all over the place, they're lost, they're not understanding what to doing, maybe it's time for you to corral them together, get them together in a group, and for you to start training them and effectively guiding them, teaching them about PV, teaching them about signing ambassadors with welcome packs, teaching them about contacting people with 3 ways. It's up to you to do that. You are the sponsor. So I'm going to encourage you and challenge you. What are you not doing that you could be doing? Because right now, what you're doing, and you want a bigger goal. You want gold. You want silver. You want senior gold. You're going for the next rank. 1,000 PV, 2,000 PV, leaders retreat. And what you're doing today isn't getting you there. And you're noticing every month you're ending around 60 points over and over. Every month you keep hitting 430 PV. You keep hitting, whatever that is, and you're not moving. What you're doing is not effectively working. You're coasting. You figured out a way to coast, and you're doing that minimum. Well, now it's time to step it up. You no longer need to be doing a minimum anymore, because you found out what your minimum can do. Your minimum is getting you those points. Your minimum is getting you that PV. Your minimum is having more people fall off than join. That's that. What can you do that's going to amp it up and put a fire in your booty that is going to take it to the next level? Because if you're somebody who's saying, I want more, and I already know that you are because you're on this call tonight live, or you're watching to it tomorrow, I want more. Well, what are you doing that's more? So think about your commitment versus your excuses we talked about tonight, and think about working part-time to working sometimes. Now, I'm somebody, this past Sunday, I spent the day with Rachel. We had her bridal shower, had friends, people came over to the house. I did not work my business on Sunday like I would have worked my business today. Today, I sat down with my planner, my contacts. I talked to people. I made a post. I was effective in my team page. I got things organized. Now, Sunday, I still worked my business, but I did not sacrifice any personal time. I had other plans for the day. How did I work my business? I posted on Facebook, and I let everybody know my business doors were open. I contacted in my team thread and let my girls, ask me any questions needed. And then I went and posted MD Plexus team page and let everybody know that, what was going on for the week or what we had going on, or maybe it was just an inspirational little post or just something that I found information wise. That's how I kept my business doors open on Sunday. That was me working it part-time, because Monday came around and I executed a different plan. I needed to contact people because I didn't contact people on Monday. I needed to train some people. I didn't train people on Sunday. So I had to go back and do that. I always step up your game. So tonight, as we leave the call, I'm going to ask you to do that. Go look at your PV. Go look at your customers. Go look at last month. Go look at the months before. Are you ending in that same bubble every month? Do you feel like the growth's not there? Well, I'm going to tell you, sister, what are you expecting to change if you haven't changed a thing? Do you think all of a sudden 15 people are going to say, hey, I want to work the business, sign me up, order me product? It's not going to work out like that if you're coasting and doing the same thing. So think about your commitment versus your excuses, because I know life happens, but you've got to be committed no matter what. The excuses go out the door. I'm tired. I work 2 jobs. I'm busy. I've got this going on. You know what, guys? We all do. We all do. But we have so much fluff in our daily life. And I say fluff, I mean TV watching, scrolling on Facebook, walking around Target, complaining with our friend in the hallway if we're a teacher or at whatever job, diddle-dallying, doing whatever we can do that's fluff. If you decided to commit 15 minutes a day, every single day, or maybe you already have done 15 minutes. How about 30? Okay. Maybe you've already done what? Jill, I post. I do post. I post every day. I've posted every day for 6 months. Okay. Let's take it up a notch. Instead of just posting every day for 6 months, let's post and contact. Let's post and engage. Let's post and meet people. Let's post and train people. Okay, so there's a lot more that you can do besides posting. Posting is going to let everybody know your business doors are open, and your business doors should be open because you are a part-time business that is open. But you've got to do a lot more behind the scenes that's going to really amp up your game, get the fire up under your booty. So challenge you guys, commitment versus excuses in part-time versus sometimes. And that emotional roller coaster of woe is me. Why can't I get anybody to sign? Why is all my people falling off? I've been stuck at 60 points for 3 months. Why am I not gold? I want you to answer that question. Rachel can't answer that question. I can't answer that question. Your next upline can't answer that question. You can. You are the one that knows, am I committed? Am I making excuses? Am I working at part-time? Am I working it sometimes? You're the one that knows. So I really, really urge y'all guys, take that information and apply it, because you can be on this call tonight, one ear and out the other. Woo, cool. That was a great call. Yay. Woo. Well, what are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about that? There's so many things we look at, we do, we put on our shelf, it collects dust. Don't take valuable information and say, oh, cool. Wait, what are you going to do about it? Because I promise you, guys, it's a commitment. Every single day I still wake up and say, all right, got to do this, sister. Come on. Put your big girl panties on. Woo, I'm tired today. My head kind of hurts. Man, it sure would be nice to just not answer my phone messages today. Or I don't feel like talking to nobody, y'all. I kind of started my period. I got cramps. The excuses don't weigh in. It doesn't matter. But I can work it part-time, and part-times can be 15 minutes a day. Make it effective. So that's what I want to leave y'all with tonight. Make what you're doing effective. And I promise you, it will work. It will. But I was very honored to be on y'all's call tonight, guys. Thank you so much for having me. And commit. You're the only person that can do that. Not me, not Rachel. You.
Thank you, Jill. That was awesome. Actually, Jill and I hung out today. We were working. Sorry, I'm black. I'm outside. But we were talking about actually whenever we were teaching and how crazy our life was, how it seemed just like a whirlwind, because we knew that Plexus had so much potential. We knew it was something that we wanted to do, but we literally were psychotic busy. And it was me running to Jill's room on my lunch break, or me pretending I had to go to the restroom and running into Jill's room instead and being like, hey, I need to call customer service, blah, blah, blah. And I would like scream and our kids would hear me. Then I'd run out of the room. It was crazy, but that's what we had to do because we had no time. it's funny because we really were just talking about today how it was a huge commitment. If someone has ever told you this is not a commitment, they're lying to you. It is, if you want to make it work. But trust me, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. So thank you, Jill, so much. I'm just going to go through like some bookkeeping stuff. Thanks for hopping on, girl, and I'll see you later.
Bye, guys.
Okay, so y'all, I'm going to just go over real quick some bookkeeping things, some reminders that I want to give y'all. One is backup orders. Auto processing has gone through, and sorry, y'all, it's like distracting me because I'm really dark, but y'all can still hear me, so it's fine. But so go to your go to your detailed genealogy in the back office and look and see which of the orders have not processed if they were supposed to go through today. If not, they're going to rerun them tomorrow and then again on the 28th. But I would start contacting those people, because if their card did not go through, that could mean that they just need to enter the CVV number, or maybe they got a new card or something could have happened. So I would contact them and let them know, because these people have their backup orders on. They want their products. So don't be nervous to reach out to them. The worst that they're going to do is ignore you. And if they do, who cares? You did your job by checking up on them. It's our responsibility to make sure that the people get their products when they want them. If you need help knowing how to do this, let me know. Shoot me a message and I can show you what that means by checking in your detailed genealogy. I know it can be a little bit confusing back there in the beginning. Another thing, there's a corporate call on Thursday. I created an event for it. That's not going to be me talking, even though I created the event. The corporate calls are really cool. They get the CEO on it. They get the president on the call. They get compliance on it. They get product people on it. They get a lot of people on these calls, and they kind of go through a lot of information at one time. And just like at convention, if you were there, you know that the emails do not do the speaking justice. Same thing. At convention, they gave us a lot of information, but when they condense it down to an email, you just don't get the full effect. So I would really encourage you to be on that call. They had one at the beginning of the year to kick off the start of the year, and it was awesome. So much incredible information. So definitely take the time to get on that. Another thing is the Blitz Day that we're having on Saturday. I know a lot of you that are on this call are not local, so you will not be able to attend, but I would really encourage y'all. We posted a schedule and we posted some homework. I would encourage y'all to still pretend like you're with us on Saturday and do it at your house. And it'll probably be faster, of course, because you're not going to have the chatty Cathy-ness that we're going to have at ours, where we just kind of chat with each other. But there's still homework, and it tells you kind of the layout of it, what we're going to be doing, how many people we're going to be contacting, how many people we're going to be following up with. I really encourage y'all to do that, because the more activity that you do, of course, the faster you're going to reach your goals. And for the next Blitz Day, we are talking about doing an online one, just because we do have people that are in different states or different parts of the state. And we really want y'all to be a part of it, but we kind of just want to feel this out first and work out the kinks before we do a streaming one. So be looking forward to that next month. We're going to have these once a month. I'm really excited about them. If you are local, you are more than welcome to join us. We want you to join us. This day is going to be incredible. It's going to be a working day, so it's not going to be a waste of your time. It's not going to be a waste of your Saturday. We're going to get there. We're going to start at 9. So if you're coming, shoot for getting there about 8:30. Jill and I are going to provide food and snacks. We're going to do the whole thing. So all you need to bring is your body and then whatever it said to bring on the homework. Again, I really encourage you to come to it. Jill and I have always said, actually, Jill, Allie, and I get together on rank up days and we work together, and y'all, it is powerful. We have made some magic happen on these days, because when people around you are working, you're not just going to sit there and stare at your computer. You're going to do something too. So it's going to be more effective use of your time. You're going to be motivated. You're going to be inspired. You're going to build relationships. You're going to learn how to do stuff. So we're not just going to tell you, okay, cold contact. We're going to talk about, oh, hey, I have this girl, Sarah. I really want to talk to her. I just don't know what to say. Here's kind of the background story. What would y'all say to her? And then we're going to say, oh my gosh, you should say this to her. So it's going to be that type of helping her. Hey, I followed up with this person 100 times. I'm having a hard time closing the deal. Can y'all help me? Y'all, powerful things happen when people get together and work. So if you're in town and you aren't doing anything, come and join us. It's only from 9 to 1 I think 9 to 1 or 9 to 2. I can't remember. Sorry, I'll have to check the event. Check the event. It either goes to 1 or 2. But y'all, we're going to get so much done. You're going to learn so much, and it's powerful. So one of those things that Jill was just talking about, making sacrifices and committing. This is one of those things. You know, maybe Saturday's your only day that you get to sleep in. Guess what? That was me too. When I taught, Saturday was the only day I got to sleep in. But many Saturdays I was up and moving, and we were going to Plexus events because we knew that it was pouring into our businesses, and y'all, it has more than given us a return. And then the last thing, we have an in-town opportunity meeting on September 1st. That's going to be a live in-person one, so start inviting people to that. Events are really great, y'all, and it's especially great when you get people to show up. Events are awesome, but if the awesome event, you don't have any potentials there, it didn't do you any good. So really make sure that you're inviting people, sharing that with them. And I think that's about all the bookkeeping that I have for you right now. Oh, the book club. We have our book club Zoom call tomorrow, so please make sure that you get chapters 1 and 2 read by then, and it's going to be a discussion. So you're going to be expected to kind of put your input in on that. It's not just going to be me preaching to the choir. I really want to know y'all's input, and it's to help us all learn and grow together. So really make sure that you read chapters 1 and 2. If not, they're not very long, so you can read them tonight, in the morning, whatever you need to do. Stay up 30 minutes later tonight, or wake up 30 minutes earlier than you do tomorrow and get that read, because we are going to have that tomorrow. Other than that, I really hope that y'all enjoyed that. I know that Jill always speaks to me whenever she has some stuff to say. She has really good tips, really good business building tips, really good, honestly, real life tips, because we all are busy. We are. And it's just one of those things where I had to tell my fiance, you know, hey, for a year I'm sacrificing, and I'm sorry, but I don't get to watch movies with you. I don't get to go to the bar with you. I don't get to go wherever. I didn't see my friends, and I haven't seen my friends for probably the past year, because that was a sacrifice that I made to be able to work this business. Was it hard sometimes? Yes. Did I want to go to get a drink at happy hour? Yes. Did I want to go to dinner or go to town with my friends? Absolutely. But guess what? Telling them no and making that temporary sacrifice has been more than worth it now, y'all. A year of sacrifice, and I've been able to quit my job now. If I would not have sacrificed, I would be going back being miserable teaching next year. So just kind of keep that in mind. One last thing is I'm going to take, if y'all all will please, Avery, can you stop the recording? Don't end the meeting yet, but just stop the recording. If you don't mind, ma'am.